Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video here to talk about, baby, we got Ghost of Tsushima on PC. Now it's time to move on to the next meme, Bloodborne on PC, baby. I know you guys are now gonna get tired of memeing about Ghost of Tsushima, but the Bloodborne memers will not die, and it looks like we got rumblings of it potentially happening, and it might not be just a simple remaster or a port. It might be an even bigger project than that. I doubt it's gonna be a full ground-up remake, but we'll talk all about that in a second. A Bloodborne project, presumably a remake, has been teased by the Ghost of Tsushima PC port leaker. Now, this user has been right on the money and noted certainly the game will receive more than just a simple remaster, but it will take time. I imagine that this project is still going to be a little bit of a ways away, maybe a year or two away. I don't think it's going to be in calendar year 2024, potentially fall of 2025. Look, I get it that we all like to meme on Bloodborne and a remake and a remaster. You have to be a special level of incompetent to not realize how much money there is to be made by doing some sort of Bloodborne release, whether that be a remastered release that is very lazily put together or a full-on remake. I feel like a full-on remake isn't really necessary given the game came out in 2015. If you want to expand the game, by all means, add new content, I think that would be pretty cool, but a full-on ground-up remake just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I think what you do is you up the game's performance, you do a couple of visual bells and whistles, and if you want to expand the game in terms of new content, that's something I would be very, very curious about, and obviously, you release this on PlayStation 5 and PC. You want to print money, Sony? You got a little bit of a light year in 2024, it looks like. How about you make that up in fiscal year 25? Bloodborne Remaster being one of those titles that you drop is certainly going to do that. And again, like I said, I get it that it's very fun to meme about it. Oh my god, Bloodborne Remake. Oh my god, I don't care about this news. Where's the Bloodborne Remaster? Where's the Bloodborne PS5 release? Oh my god. Eventually, guys, usually speaking, when we're always like, oh my god, where is XYZ? It happens. Like, I can even go back to, remember pre-2015? People would be just this way about Final Fantasy VII Remake. I don't know if you guys remember back in the late 2000s, really after that Final Fantasy VII tech demo dropped in E3 of, was it 2005, 2006, around then? Every year, people were like, we want the Final Fantasy VII Remake reveal. Guys, Final Fantasy VII Remake, we want it now. And like, ultimately, it ended up becoming a meme that people memed about until it wasn't. Then out of nowhere, it just got revealed. Still one of the greatest reveals in E3 history. I go back to that E3 2015 reveal of the FF7 remake and how that crowd erupted with that trailer. And hey, almost 2 decades from the initial Final Fantasy VII PS3 tech demo, we are getting part 2, or we've gotten part 2 of the Final Fantasy VII Remake trilogy, so funny how things work. But just for an example, usually when people meme on something ultimately happening in the gaming world, like, if it can print money, ultimately it will happen. Guys, I ultimately think one day, you guys might think I'm crazy about this, but I ultimately do think Half-Life 3 will happen. You guys might think I'm insane. I might not be around in this world to witness the release of it, but I do think one day it'll happen. I know that is a pretty, easy statement to make, given that one day literally extends to forever. So, like, yeah, at some point you would think that Half-Life 3 would happen. Whether or not it happens in my lifetime, I don't know. But I do ultimately think that all of these things that people want, they have to have their finger on the pulse somewhat. Yes, I crap on Sony a lot for like their live service shenanigans and just completely missing having their finger on the pulse on what the PlayStation audience wanted in that regard. However, when it comes to something like the Bloodborne project, and especially with their venture into PC gaming as well, they must know the amount of money that is printed on the PC market as well with these Souls-like titles, Soulsborne titles. You could just make money for days and days. So I do think it'll ultimately happen, and it looks like we do have a little bit of validity to that coming from this leaker. I just find it hard to believe, like, for those of you that think, and you're putting Bloodborne Remake or Remaster or PC version in the same category as, let's say, Half-Life 3. And like I said, I do believe Half-Life 3 will one day happen. Like, it might not happen in my lifetime, but I do think it'll one day happen because it's a license to print money. I do also think Valve is in a different kind of ball game where they can do whatever the hell they want. Sony can't do whatever the hell they want. They can do whatever the hell they want to an extent because they don't have much competition anymore, but they should still prioritize putting out games that people are going to gravitate towards. Yeah, they burned a lot of money with trying to do this live service shenanigans, Last of Us Factions getting canned, Concord and Fair Game. I don't want to say those games are going to be flops. Look, Helldivers 2 popped off, Concord can pop off as well, Fair Game can pop off as well, but I'm gonna make a astute observation and saying that all of those games are not gonna pop off. Some of those games are unfortunately going to hemorrhage a lot of money, so to speak, so I don't think that's a high IQ, galaxy brain take from your one and only, but nevertheless, maybe I'll be wrong about that, but if that does ultimately play out, and guess what, they've canceled a lot of games, they shut down an entire studio, at some point, they gotta look at putting games that people are actually gonna gravitate towards, that people are gonna buy in droves, and then when you look at as big of an emphasis that they're putting on the PC market, look, there are games that are going to sell really, really well on PC, and then there's Sackboy: A Big Adventure, and then there's Gravity Rush 2, which I love, and I hope Gravity Rush 2 kills it, but let's be real. Gravity Rush 2 versus a potential upgraded Bloodborne release, I love Gravity Rush, Cat's the GOAT, but I'ma just take the high IQ pick and say that Bloodborne is going to do better than Gravity Rush 2. I hate to break it to my Gravity Rush diehards out there, but I think Bloodborne would beat out Gravity Rush 2. But it is probably a version that is going to require a little bit more care. Sometimes I am bewildered as to why Sony does what they do in terms of what games they pick to bring on over to PC, but I do understand the methodology of not wanting to drop every one of your heavy hitters back to back to back, although they're dropping Horizon and Ghost of Tsushima within a 2-month period, but you shouldn't be dropping all of your back catalog within the span of 6 months. I just don't think you should do that, and they kind of did that a little bit. I think it was fall of 2022 when they dropped like Uncharted, Miles Morales, Sackboy: A Big Adventure, and like Spider-Man 2018. All those games came out in like a 3-month period, and I wouldn't be doing stuff like that. I would space these games out a little bit, maybe one big game a quarter, and even then, like, Sony barely releases video games anymore, so it's like one big game a quarter, you would be caught up with your back catalog pretty quickly. I get that they are publishing Stellar Blade and Rise of the Ronin, and that's probably going to get added to games that they can bring to PC in the future, but if you really look at it, first party, like, Sony, come on now, you drop like 2 games a year and you're going to catch up with your back catalog because you guys don't be putting out any more games. I get it, live service stuff getting canceled probably halted their production, but man, Sony be kind of a shell of their former selves, if you know what I mean, when it comes to these games getting rolled out. 2024, not having any big games from first party. 2025, hopefully Ghost of Tsushima 2 or something big like that, but man, yeah, they be lacking pretty hard these days, but hopefully that does turn around. As Jim Ryan ain't gonna be the shot caller anymore, hopefully Hiroki Totoki can make some more wise decisions, and one of his big emphases is more emphasis on the PC market, so that's a pretty good thing for you guys, but that'll do it for me. Again, I think Bloodborne on PC will ultimately happen. Is it going to happen this calendar year? Probably not, but I think 2025, and eventually it will happen. I don't even think that's like this galaxy brain take, given that Bloodborne is just going to print so much freaking money on PC, and like, how are you going to justify, as much as I love Gravity Rush 2, but like, how are you going to justify Gravity Rush 2 and not greenlighting a Bloodborne upgraded release? I get it, sometimes these companies are weird, but that would just be way too strange. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.